Quite unfortunate indeed.
Absolutely.
But let's move on from that to our next segment, Asia Watch.
India is actively preparing for an official visit of the Bangladesh Prime Minister Tariq Rahman as the two nations navigate a cautious diplomatic reset. India's High Commissioner to Bangladesh, Dinesh Trivedi, has confirmed that New Delhi has extended an invitation for Rahman to attend the BRICS summit in September.
The Indian High Commissioner to Bangladesh, Dinesh Trivedi, held talks with Bangladesh's Foreign Minister Dr. Khalilur Rahman and State Minister for Foreign Affairs Shama Obaid Islam. After the meeting in Dhaka, Trivedi said, and I quote, "We are anxiously waiting for the Honorable Prime Minister of Bangladesh's visit to India, and I'm sure in the near future it will happen. We are very hopeful and we are all looking forward to that."
New Delhi has extended the invitation as Bangladesh is the chair of the BIMSTEC grouping. Bangladesh is neither a member nor an observer of BRICS, making the invitation significant. So Tariq Rahman's attendance, if confirmed, would come as a special invitee. Also remember, if accepted, Tariq Rahman's participation would provide the first opportunity for a bilateral meeting with Prime Minister Narendra Modi since the Bangladesh Nationalist Party, or the BNP, returned to power in February this year. Ties between the two neighbors, remember, have remained lukewarm. Tariq Rahman had earlier chosen to visit China via Malaysia, signaling a departure from his predecessor, Sheikh Hasina's approach of prioritizing India.
Despite this, New Delhi has continued to extend cooperative gestures without expecting immediate reciprocity. The latest flashpoint between the two nations is the extradition of the deposed Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. India's Ministry of External Affairs has told a parliament panel that the extradition request is being examined by the competent authorities of the government in accordance with the applicable law and established procedures.
Now, Dhaka had formally sought Hasina's extradition back in December 2024, which is 4 months after she arrived in India. This was then periodically followed up, including after her sentencing to death in absentia over the 2024 crackdown on the protests that ended her rule. Bangladeshi Foreign Minister Khalilur Rahman reiterated the request when he visited New Delhi in April this year. Hasina told media agency Reuters on the 10th of July that she would return around December with senior party leaders and present herself in court. In fact, in emailed answers to media agency AFP that were published on Wednesday this week, she said that she was fully aware of her fate.
The distribution of the Teesta River's dry season flow remains unresolved. Flashpoint. The Teesta water agreement had been held up since 2011 due to opposition from former West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee. The Teesta River originates from the So-Lamo Lake in North Sikkim and flows from the eastern Himalayas through Sikkim and Bengal before finally entering Bangladesh near Mekliganj district of West Bengal.
Frustrated by the lack of an agreement with India, Bangladesh has now explored a massive Chinese-backed Teesta River management and infrastructure project. During Bangladesh Prime Minister's visit to China in June, remember, the two countries had agreed to deepen their cooperation in this regard. China can help Dhaka dredge the riverbed, but it cannot fill the Teesta River if upstream flows into Bangladesh remain low. On the other hand, border tensions have spiked significantly. Remember, Bangladesh claims it has thwarted what it terms informal push-ins, attempts by India to informally move suspected undocumented migrants across the fence. Indian authorities claim that over 2,800 formal requests for nationality verification remain completely unanswered by Dhaka. They argue that illegal immigration remains a serious security concern.
To prevent dangerous standoffs in the border's no man's land, India's parliamentary panel recommended creating a dedicated high-level bilateral joint working group. According to both sides, the possible upcoming visit of Tariq Rahman is seen as a vital window to address major bilateral bottlenecks. To lay smooth groundwork ahead of the potential summit visit, Rahman in April had also initiated a political dialogue by writing directly to the BJP party chief to foster long-term institutional understanding.
And we're now joined by Ambassador Veena Sikri. She's a former Indian diplomat. She is live on the broadcast with us from New Delhi. Ambassador Veena Sikri, good evening. Good to have you, ma'am, on the show. Can I start by asking you, this invitation is significant from New Delhi, but will the Bangladesh Prime Minister Tariq Rahman accept this invitation, considering the fact that there is still an extradition request that's pending with New Delhi as far as Sheikh Hasina is concerned?
Well, first of all, I would not at all link these two issues. The question of the invitation to Prime Minister Tariq Rahman and the issue of the extradition of former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. I think that we all know that Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina was ousted in a series of events in July and August 2024, but these were not a students' uprising. That is very clear now, and it was a meticulously designed, to use the words of Mohammed Yunus himself, it was a meticulously designed operation supported by a large number of Western powers, and we had as a result the Jamaat-e-Islami, which came to be the power behind the throne for the last 18 months before the elections were held in February of this year. And under the leadership of the Jamaat-e-Islami, the Bangladesh government under the last 18 months has moved very, very far away from a democratic system of governance. They've gone greatly towards wanting a caliphate. They've gone towards Islamization. They've gone towards restoring with Pakistan the gamut of relations that they had before 1971, before the Liberation War of 1971. So, you know, the Pakistan army now seeking to be embedded with the Bangladesh army in all the divisions across Bangladesh, the various army divisions, and all the trade restrictions, the visa restrictions, everything has been removed. And it's a very different Bangladesh that we see today. And the other thing that Mohammed Yunus did was to completely change the pattern of trade. Under Sheikh Hasina, because she recognized India's security red lines, because we had very good relations, we have developed a very good understanding on trade, connectivity, investments. And under this, because of this, Bangladesh achieved 6 to 7% annual rate of growth for 15 years when Sheikh Hasina was Prime Minister. But
Madam
in the last
Ambassador,
18...
Madam Ambassador, if I can butt in here and ask you, what do you think will be the importance of mending the ribbon between New Delhi and Dhaka going forward? Very quickly.
Yes, I would like to point out that I mentioned the security relations that Sheikh Hasina was recognized. But today, the Bangladesh government, whether under Mohammed Yunus for the last 18 months and today under Tariq Rahman, they have not given any indication that they are willing to respect India's security red lines. So the entire pattern of trade has been changed. The economy is in total collapse. The trade pattern has meant that a lot of Bangladesh factories have closed. Women are out of work. I think Tariq Rahman was elected in February this year on the understanding that he would directly help to rework the relationship with India, that he would restore democracy in Bangladesh, he would lift the ban, the executive order banning the activities of the Awami League, and so on. But he hasn't done any of this, so Bangladesh remains in its previous precarious position. And our Indian government has shown a lot of self-restraint, a lot of actually looking forward to letting Bangladesh take the first step to restore the relationship. Now, this invitation to Prime Minister Tariq Rahman is an indication that India is willing to invite him and say that, look, please come and let's talk. I think this is a very important occasion. And Tariq Rahman should accept the invitation and not, present a lot of ifs and buts. There's a lot of debate within Bangladesh today on the ifs and buts of this invitation. But they should understand how important the relationship between India and Bangladesh is. He may want to go to China first. India has its own security contracts, problems on the Teesta, China participation in the water management project in Bangladesh, in participation in the Mongla port. These are all security recognized by Sheikh Hasina.
So I think, Ambassador Sikri, there are concerns on both sides, but it's only going to help both countries mend their ties and strengthen their ties further if they keep the ifs and buts aside and move forward with this relationship. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much, Ambassador Veena Sikri, for joining us on Race to Power tonight and sharing your perspective.